Hello, welcome back. So in the next series of videos we are going to be seeing how to dockerize different web applications, and in the list we have a PHP web application, a Django web application, a Node.js web application, and a web application built on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We are also going to see how to use a database with any of these web applications. So, but before then, we are going to see how to install Docker on a Linux system, and for this case, for a focus on Ubuntu, because that is the current OS that I'm using. So we can proceed and check if we have Docker installed on our system or not. So we have Docker version, and we see that Docker is not installed on our system. So what we are going to do, I will be creating a script that has a series of commands that we are going to use to get started. So let's clear the screen. Alright, so let me name the script Docker script.sh. Remember, sh should be the extension, and we are going to add a list of commands. I will include a link to a blog where you can fetch these commands. So we are going to adjust the update command with a y. Then let's also add a -y here and leave everything else as it is, right? So press on Ctrl X to exit and confirm Y to save. Right, so the next thing will be giving permission to this file so that it's now executable. So to confirm that actually the file is executable, you have ls space -la, and we are able to see that every other group has the permission to execute. Right, so the next thing we run the command, and we confirm that we overwrite that. Alright, this may take up to 2 minutes, depending with the internet speed or the power of your machine. Then the next thing, we run a command to install Docker and the related dependencies. Right, so let's proceed. So for this case, we are going to install Docker CE, Docker CECLI, container.io, Docker BuildX plugin, and Docker Compose plugin. Right, let's proceed and confirm, then give it some time. Alright, so at this stage Docker has been installed, and we can confirm by checking the version. Let me first of all clear the screen. Right, so let me check the Docker version, and we see that we have a Docker version of 26.0.2. Right, so the next thing is trying to check if you're able to use Docker, maybe to check running containers, maybe pulling containers and all that. So to check if there is any running container, we have Docker PS, and we see that we currently don't have any running container. So at this stage, you may get a permission related error, saying that for you to be able to run the Docker commands, this particular user must be in the Docker group. So if that has not happened for your case, or if you get an error as a permission related error, there are some few commands that you need to run, and one of them is you need to have this. So this is to add your current user to the Docker group. Once you do that, the way to activate the new group, we have new group, then Docker, that is meant to activate the changes that have been made. Right, so in my case, this has no effect since I was able to run the docker command without necessarily using sudo. Right, so the next thing will be configuring docker to start once the machine boots, and the way to do that, we have docker system ctl enable docker. Then the next thing, we have to enable containerd. Alright, we're at it. Let us also check if Docker Compose has been installed. Alright, and we see that we also have Docker Compose installed. So the next thing that we are going to try is and run a simple container and see if we are able to access it on our browser. So the way to do that, we have Docker, let's run and have exposed to port 80. Then we have the Nginx, and we are going to use the Alpine image. So what this command does, it will pull the Nginx container and start running it, expose it externally to port 80. Right, so let's give it some time to, actually I think I already had the Nginx Alpine image downloaded, that's why it didn't take time. Otherwise, in your case, it might take around a minute to pull and start running the image. So with this, let me see if I'm able to access it on a browser. So the way to access it is through the localhost, and we have port 80, and there we go. We are able to see this. So back to our terminal, we can just stop it, clear the screen. Let's also check if we have some images already. We have already Nginx Alpine. We can also try and pull another image. Let's pull my HTTPD. This should be, so HTTP is the Apache image. Alright, and within some few minutes we have been able to pull the HTTPD image, and we can query and see. We see we also have the latest HTTPD image. So the next thing that we may need to do is that we need to log into our Docker command, so that in case we are to build Docker images, we are able to push them seamlessly to our Docker account, and we will be able to see this in the next few videos. So for now, to log in to your Docker account, we have Docker login, and here you'll be requested to input your Docker username and the password. So in my case, I may not be needed to put that because I had previously logged in. Right, so the next thing, if for instance you don't have this account, just ensure to create one here. Let me show you. Docker Hub. Just visit hub.docker.com, and you are able to create a free here. Just create your account with the preferred method. Alright, that's it for this video. Having successfully installed Docker. See you in the next video as we Dockerize applications. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the oncoming videos. Remember to subscribe. Bye bye.